Hey guys, welcome back.
Hello,
We are going to
hello.
have a. I have been bugging Lem about this for since I've known you.
Yes, it's a
Wasn't
long,
this one
long
of the
time.
earlier conversations? Maybe we've had in chats and stuff. This was an early conversation when you said, "Tell." You need to say it out of your mouth. Please say what you have said and told me.
Well, hmm, okay. I've never watched Star Wars really. I watched the first one. I don't know which part it is in the movies when I was little, and I didn't like it. And ever since, I was like, okay, this is not my piece of cake. And I stopped. Like the world moved on, everyone
Oh my!
moved on, and started, like became big Star Wars fans, and I was always like, let's say, like the black sheep around that always says like I have only watched one in the movies, and I just never grew fond of it.
Mhm.
Um, and my husband also like recently last year or 2 years ago tried to make me watch Star Wars, and we started with exactly that movie, and I was like, no, this is I can just not get to like it. And our friend here, Laura, was like, honey, you're watching the wrong one. I'm gonna make you watch the actual one you should be watching. And then when we're done, you can be like, okay, whether you like it or not. So
Exactly.
we
I would
watched
never
it.
shove it down your throat.
Exactly. And you made me watch a different one. It was not the one I watched in the movies, or I gave a shot to try again just recently. You made me watch some another one, which was like the very first one.
Yes, the original Star Wars A New Hope from 1977. I
Yes,
said, you need to start with the original three, which are episodes four, five, and six.
exactly.
What you saw, what she saw, according to tons of Star Wars fans, the worst episode of all, and that is the episode one, shall we call it, from 1999. And you saw that in the movie theaters.
Yes, that's the one I
And
saw.
that one, and I even told her, I go, the only thing that was good about it is what you remembered, and that
The
was
race.
the pod race.
Yes.
That was the only good thing
That
that
was the
came out of
only
that.
thing that was like, okay, interesting. And then I like not the one in the movies, but just like recently when I was giving it a try again, I fell asleep.
That's
And I was like, no, this is not for me. And that's
I
exactly the one I watched in the movies, and I was like, no, that's if that is Star Wars, then I'm sorry, but I cannot go through it because I watched this one, and I think that's a longer movie. It's
yeah,
not 2 hours. It's like
they
three
all
something.
are, they are all 2 plus hours,
Yeah.
every single one of them, and they even get longer when you look at seven, eight, and nine.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like I see, I kept telling her, I'm like, that is episode one, but it really isn't episode. It's hard to explain sometimes to people that don't know anything about Star Wars.
Yeah.
But you know little bits and pieces just because of you've heard it and just
Yeah.
through
That's
pop
true.
culture
Mm.
and memes and all that stuff. So that's why when we started this, I didn't talk to her a lot while we watched it
I was
because
the
I
one
wanted
like, oh,
to,
this is this one, and this is guys that, right? And
yeah, I it was just like I wanted to say here or there, but I didn't want to give away anything.
yeah,
And because, there's twists and turns throughout this whole,
yeah,
um,
that's true.
you
But
know,
yeah,
nine,
I mean,
nine episodes.
I need to admit, I liked it. The one we watched
Mhm.
yesterday. It's a really good one, and I'm looking forward to the others. to
Yeah,
watch.
I was.
But
Yeah, I said, "Are you sure?" That's what I told her. I'm like,
yes,
"I want to hear," and you were genuinely, you were liked it.
I did. I just hope if we can just skip this one movie that is haunting me since forever, and I just, because I know I did not like it at all. I watched it twice and I was like, no, like I'm just not really like, I just want to go further and go further into the story, but it's just this one movie. It's like I just can't. But yeah, I mean, it really
I
is
just like
interesting.
I just can't. I
Just
just
can't.
can't.
Because this is what made me feel like I won't like Star Wars. It felt like it was a waste of time, whether it was back then in the movie theater or even just recently when I was giving it a try. Like, it was a waste of time for me. Like, I just, like, I really tried hard to like it and I fell asleep. I'm like, no, it's just, I don't know why I cringed. you
A
know?
lot of people did. Like I said, and that was episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, it
And
definitely
that
felt like a menace.
a lot of people said they just didn't start it off well. But
Mm,
then I said, like, episode 2, you have the Attack of the Clones, and then episode 3, which would be the Revenge of the Sith.
mm,
So we can skip that one for
okay.
you, but the next on the list will be Empire Strikes Back. And I told her in the trilogy, each one just gets better. But I think a big fan favorite, like I just told you, is
Mm.
Empire Strikes Back.
So that's the next one.
That will be the next one, and that
Okay.
would be considered episode 5.
Okay.
So that's when you're ready for that. But was there anything like anything that you had heard before or maybe seen before that you actually saw in the movie and you were like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, this is where that came from.
I mean, for example, I knew who Chewbacca was or
Mm-hmm,
Jabba,
mm-hmm.
and like the names, how they look, but you just don't know
How they look.
or how they look, but you don't know how it happens that they meet Luke, for example, or the whole team, like Obi and as I said, like the whole team. So you don't know how it gets like entwined.
Oh, look at you.
And then what else? What else?
Well, you did ask a question and you wanted to know
Exactly, like
because I
Luke
think,
and Anakin, because I remember
yeah,
when I watched the first one, it was all about Anakin, and he was a
this
kid,
little kid.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
who was doing the pod race. Um, yeah, little
And they
Anakin.
did. It was like, to me, they almost didn't even need to do that episode, to be
Okay,
honest, because so much more happens in in episode 2 that we'll
okay,
call it,
yeah,
and that's the grown. Then we have it kind of starts what I told you, like the love story between Padme and Anakin.
okay,
It's just those get so much better than
mm,
that first episode, and I keep saying, and some people will say every single episode was the best, but that is cringe. That is a good word, cringe, to
yeah. I
describe that
really just
episode.
didn't like it at all.
But no, that will be next on the list.
Okay, yeah.
That
So
will be Empire Strikes Back, which again
exactly,
will still follow, Luke, Leia and Han
yeah.
Solo.
Okay,
So they will still all be in it.
nice. So yeah, my question was that I asked you was like, what's the relation between Luke and Anakin? Because like time frame wise, if we're watching 4, Luke is older. So like I think that's one thing that I've never really heard or like was told or whatever that I just missed, that what is their relation. Like when I watched the one with Anakin, he was just a little child. Like, what is the relationship between them? Is it the brother? Is it the father? Is it, you know, and that's where you answered. You were like, "You want me to tell you?" And I'm like, "Yes, please. I need to
I
know."
did see, because I don't want to spoil things, that you learn throughout, the episodes. So it's just like, and she goes, "No, I want to know." And so that you do know that Anakin, and then you said, "Who is that?" And then because you knew then that Anakin was,
As the father,
yeah,
yeah, but
and who
the
is the
of
father.
Darth Vader.
That's what
Luke, I am your
I know.
father.
You could say that. Everybody who knows it or doesn't know it will know that line.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. It's like one of those very famous lines. So again, like that's why I was asking, like the time frame, like how, because we watched Luke now being a bit like, I would say, teenager, and then the one I watched
Yeah.
was Anakin being a child. So how is Anakin the father of Luke? And it's more like a time travel, let's say, like take you back and forth.
Hmm.
That's why.
Well, it is different because of how they were played out and how they were, you know, actually released for everyone to see.
Yes. Yes.
But it all, and I told her, pieces will start falling into place
Yeah.
after you every episode, and then the next, it'll be fun. I'm just glad that you sincerely said, "You know what, I like this."
Yeah, I
Because some
really
people
did.
don't want to admit when they despise something so much, which I
Mm,
get, and then to be like, "Okay, I will watch."
I
you
mean,
know
again, like you totally convinced me, telling me like, no, the one you watched was probably the worst. And knowing that, okay, it's coming from an actual Star Wars enthusiast, an actual fan,
Mhm.
and not just trying to like uh sell it for
Mhm.
me to make me watch it, was like, okay, so if that is the worst, let's see how it is, like let's give it a try. And
Mhm.
after I watched that one with you, I'm like, no, it's actually, it was totally worth a shot to try it out. And maybe until we're like completely done, I can be like, okay, you know what, I really liked it, and this one movie was just the bad one, this bad
Yeah.
apple, or
Mhm.
it just all in all is not for me,
Mhm.
but
Because there's so many people that have so many different opinions about Harry Potter, and then hello,
yeah,
Lord of the Rings.
yeah,
They just don't watch it. Or what are there? I know there's other series
I think it's
of
those
movies.
the main ones like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and then Star Wars that are just really this. They have this huge fan base. It's you always have to be like, it's like you stick to one of those three. You have the Harry Potter fans. You have it's more like a culture or a cult, if you want
Sure.
to say. It's like a cult. And I, for example, I love Lord of the Rings. Like this is my type of
Yes.
movie, and I would
Mhm.
watch it over and over and over, and The Hobbit as well, like the trilogies. And I just love the movies. So I would definitely put myself in that category of Lord of the Rings slash Hobbit. And yeah,
Well, at
Harry
least you didn't make me
Potter,
watch Hobbit.
they are so worth it though. They're really nice. You should watch it. Maybe when we're
I'm
done
not
with
gonna.
Star Wars.
Uh-oh. Wait, well,
Yeah.
but I already watched the first three because you asked,
Yeah, but those
of
are
Lord of the
okay. You
Rings,
didn't like
because
them, for
that's not my
example.
thing either.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
I can handle that better than, like, I'm trying to think of something else I watched that I couldn't stand or like compare it to. So like I said, I was indifferent on Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And I know there's so many people that love it,
Yeah, I do.
like you.
Yeah, like me. We should
Now,
give Harry Potter a
you're
try.
sidetracking from Star Wars.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I am.
I know.
But yeah,
But
let's go back to Star Wars.
I'm just
Um,
teasing.
but yeah, I mean, and then pew pew pew,
Yeah,
lightsaber.
you can make some really good, yeah, pew pews. You had What was the other sound you made and I was laughing?
Um, I don't know.
Did you make the sound of the lightsaber? Yes, you did.
Yes, yes. Wait, now I need to make it like extra good for the audience. Zzz, zzz.
When I was pretty impressed when she did it when we were watching it. But I mean, lightsabers are cool. There's nothing.
They are. I
No.
even checked, to get a lightsaber. I'm like, okay, no, behave, restrain yourself.
That's
You're
nice.
just one movie in,
But you can feel the vibe. You can feel it. There's something about it.
Yes.
And again, this was one of the breakthrough, movies of all time back in the 70s when I was alive. So it's just, I'm just so glad that you, again, enjoyed it and that we'll get to watch more and then we'll podcast more.
Yeah.
Every time we watch it to see what she thinks, because again, I've been a fan of Star Wars since the first original.
Yeah.
In 1977, all the way up until I've seen them all. I've seen everything on Disney Plus. That's why I said there's so many other things if you really enjoy Star Wars.
Like even Mandalorian, the series.
Oh my. I mean, we're so excited. Me and CJ we love. I think that's the best thing that has come out.
Is it directly connected? Like, would you need to have watched Star Wars?
No,
in order
this
to watch Mandalorian?
This is a whole new character, and like you said, and Baby Yoda.
Yes, Baby Yoda. Everyone's
that
crazy about it.
Grogu is from this series, and then there was another series that we don't know if there's a series 2 yet, and it was Obi-Wan. I think you would be so fascinated with that series. They did so good after you watch all the first, let's say 6 episodes.
Okay.
It's Obi-Wan's in between. I think, and this has a lot of answers and questions. Like I said, it's so much that you can get into if you really enjoy. But just saying, that's another one too. It's just, God, Obi-Wan was really good on Disney Plus. But back to the original.
Let's see.
Back and forth.
Next time I definitely need to get popcorn though. Because I wanted to get some and then I was feeling too lazy to go down and prepare. And I was like, let's just start, Just
when you can get that time to even have the peace while the kids sleep.
Yeah, you're like,
it's hard. Okay, play it.
Exactly. So that's the thing.
We gotta say, yay! We get, how many is this? A 1 or a 2 thumbs up on the first one?
2. I liked it.
Yeah,
it was lots of action, and it was good to start to get introduced to the characters. I think that's what was also a nice thing.
It is, and that basically was your introduction to that.
Yes,
and I still, Harrison Ford.
I mean, yeah. Exactly.
Nice smile. And then, the well, you're gonna get a look at older Anakin.
Oh, okay.
And you might be like, hey, because like I said, it's Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman.
I like Natalie Portman.
So that's why I said I think you will enjoy it. And like I said, Anakin isn't not too bad to look at when he's a little bit older.
Oh, okay.
So yay.
Great.
Again,
definitely
so glad
looking forward to.
We finally are on the journey of Star Wars.
Yes,
and
we are.
We'll keep you guys updated as we watch another one, and she'll give you her thoughts on it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, that's kind of fun.
And then we did post. I don't know if everyone's following Instagram, and
about the little change we planned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can tell them.
We're gonna go every other week now. So every 2 weeks you'll get a new episode, because we want to be able to give our attention. We want to keep it more fun and
Yes.
original content, right?
Yeah.
So getting this extra time will give us better.
To prepare, and especially with like the whole everyone's sick again here. So
It's hard. It's very
yeah,
hard sometimes.
sometimes we
And
need a
then
bit of
just to
time.
get us to it, she's always up late and I'm always working and with my kids are around.
Yeah.
So,
So
but
two
we hope
weeks
that'll be better and it'll be,
more
again, give us
fruitful.
more time to prepare.
Exactly. So
So thanks, and I hope you
that's
guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned to see
and
what we have next.
may the force be with you.
Oh, I said we may have just reeled in another. All right. See you guys later.
Take
Like,
care.
follow,
Share.
give us a thumbs up, share.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Take care.
Bye bye.